Okay, finally it's time for the first of our three main events, as the WWE Championship match is first in a steel cage between Batista and WWE Champion Randy Orton. And as soon as the bell rings, Randy Orton is pretty much hightailing it, trying to escape over the top of the cage. But Batista has the upper hand early after he prevents that from happening. Later on, we'll finally see some offense out of Orton instead of just trying to escape. He counters a Batista bomb by backdropping Batista into the steel. And after this, Randy finally has, he has a chance to escape now with Batista down. But now is when he decides, I don't feel like leaving right now. Instead, he tries to go for his infamous punt to the head, only to have Batista move out of the way. After a bunch of back and forths and counters of each other, Batista is able to finally put away Orton with a Batista bomb and pin him for the shockingly rapid win and win the WWE Championship. I think it was like, this match was like 8 minutes long or something. It was pretty short. But an update to, well, I'll talk about Raw later. Next up was a submission match. It was like the only thing I didn't take notes on. I guess I was just watching it to watch it. Didn't really take notes on it. But it was a submission match between John Cena and the Big Show. Of course, John Cena was the underdog. Why not? Big Show was like 7'2" and 480 something pounds. So yeah, trying to put the STF, as we now call it, not STFU, but the STF on the Big Show is yeah, not a small task. No pun intended. But John Cena was pretty much getting his butt handed to him the whole match, as I remember. That was pretty much how he went, just getting clobbered the entire time by the Big Show. Until finally at the end of the match, Cena was able to had Show down close to the ropes and was able to kind of entwine Big Show's leg into the ropes. So now then Cena could kind of concentrate on, getting the choke on the Big Show. Able to get that. Big Show's eyes rolled in the back of his head, and he had no choice but to tap out. So a win for John Cena in that category, and a humble win for that, if you saw his interview on .com. So is that the end of this rivalry, Cena versus Big Show? Stay tuned. And finally was the World Heavyweight Championship ladder match between Jeff Hardy and Champion Edge. Was the final match of the night. And there was a lot of back and forth to begin with between the two competitors and the storied rivals. Early on, ladders came into play, but they weren't for climbing. If you know what I mean, weapons, close range. Edge puts Jeff in a sharpshooter while Jeff's in between the ladders, and Edge sits on top of the ladder. Edge makes his first real attempt at climbing the ladder, but comes crashing down when Hardy drop kicks it from the top rope. Hardy sets up the big gigantic ladder, the 20-footer, in the corner and delivers a twist of fate to Edge. But Edge is able to roll out of the way of maybe a swanton bomb that could have happened. Instead, Jeff then jumps onto the ladder, onto the belt, and is just dangling from the top of the rafters with no ladder and nothing supporting him. But Edge pulls him face down into another ladder that's on the ground. Later on, both of them are on top of the ladder set up outside the ring, and unfortunately for both of them, they come crashing down into one Edge had already propped up between the ring and the security wall, and pretty much break the ladder in half, and maybe probably their bodies as well. Jeff tries going for the belt, and Edge attempts a spear from the top of another ladder, but Jeff counters with the twist of fate. Uh, Somehow Edge is later able to find his way up the ladder, but Hardy pulls Edge's legs and torso through the ladder in a truly innovative um, innovative move, and he was able to climb up the ladder without incident and retrieve the title and win the World Heavyweight Championship away from Edge. But all of a sudden, as Hardy's music's playing, it changes to another familiar tune, and all of a sudden CM Punk comes out of nowhere with his briefcase and a referee in tow. He waits for the bell, and apparently we've got another World Heavyweight Championship match on our hands in quick succession. He hits the DTS, but somehow Hardy kicks out, which Punk and myself couldn't believe. After Hardy tries to roll CM Punk up, CM Punk is able to hit another go to sleep, and this time Jeff stayed asleep. And CM Punk is our new heavyweight champion. How's that for to end the pay-per-view? So what are the repercussions going to be from that match and what just happened there on SmackDown this week? We'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out. But since it's Thursday and Raw's already happened, why not talk a little bit about Raw? Already mentioned Umaga's release, but to kick off Raw, just to show how big of a coward Randy Orton is and how much of a punk he is, instead of just invoking his rematch clause like a normal person, one-on-one. Of course, he's gonna have his lackeys, DiBiase and Rhodes in there, but they jump Batista, who's kind of in a congratulatory move, just in the nice street clothes to kick off Raw. Batista's expecting that, but they said, hey, let's break his arm with a steel chair, and which the repeats showing that over and over was pretty gross. And then after he goes to the ambulance and into the hospital, let me invoke my rematch clause then. And if he doesn't show up, then it's a forfeit and I win. Easy for me. Wow, really? So much for the spirit of competition, right? Of course, Vicky Guerrero backs that up, and we'll have a championship match later on that night. Fast forward, before the championship match, okay, I was looking forward to this John Cena Miz match for like a month now, and I was so excited. I was jumping around because I finally got it. And of course, the Big Show comes out and ruins it for me. He couldn't even wait till the end of the match, into the match. No, we couldn't even get a punch thrown in. As soon as both competitors get in there before the bell even rings, here comes the Big Show, straight to the ring, pummels John Cena. Then the Miz comes out of nowhere, decides to take a chair to Big Show. That just pisses him off. Then gets one good lick on John, runs his mouth, and then runs away from the Big Show. Oh man, pissed off. Oh yeah, Vicky Guerrero, she quit. Edge says he wants a divorce. He treated her too bad. He just went off on her. He said she looked like his mama, and he did her dirty, and that thing was way too far. It made me feel bad for her. But apparently, Raw is without a general manager again. Edge said he wants his divorce, and then it was time for the WWE Championship match between Randy Orton and Batista. And Batista's not coming, but who should show up? But Triple H. I kind of felt it coming. I knew it was coming, and I was right. Triple H came on, and pretty much whooped upon Randy Orton like never before. And yeah, we'll see what happens to Randy Orton and his lackeys, who decide to attack him like ninja style, but one comes at a time to attack you. That never works, and it didn't work this time. So down goes Orton. Triple H is back, and next week is a random 3-hour edition of Raw, 3 for All, where all 3 major championships are on the line. And for the WWE Championship, it's a fatal 4-way between Triple H, Randy Orton, John Cena, and Big Show. So let's see who wins that. Well, that's it for my extreme edition of this here sports show, and I'll be back sooner or later on this page where, not sooner or later, sooner than you think, on this page where this chick digs the long ball.